Andy Ruiz has now arrived in Saudi Arabia ahead of his rematch with Anthony Joshua. It's about to go down, yo. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Sign up for ESPN Plus using my link. If you guys could, it helps the channel, and I definitely appreciate it. It's about to go down. Anthony Joshua's in Saudi Arabia, and guess who else just got there? Andy Ruiz. 10 days to go. Clash on the Dunes. Ruiz versus Joshua. Official graphic from Rematch Room. Said the countdown begins. Joshua's hair looks nothing like this, which I'll talk about in a separate video. And the reason he just looks unkept. Like, see, look at his hair. Like, he looks unkept, and he's like purposely not cutting his hair. It's really weird. I understand being in camp. I mean, you're not in camp. I know he has the 25-8 pendants and stuff, but you're not literally in camp that much where you can't get a haircut. It's like he's trying to prove or show people he doesn't care, show people he's in camp mode by looking extra scruffy and, disheveled. Really weird. But Joshua said there's a little crack in the foundations. Rather than sitting on top of the kingdom, I've got to get down on my hands and knees and feel the cracks. I really don't even understand. Joshua's like a walking fortune cookie, and everything he says sounds scripted. It's really weird. I don't know why he keeps doing this, but he doesn't ever sound like he's saying regular statements, and unless you study or follow Joshua or whatever, like you study the movement and pay attention, you may not notice it. But I cover boxing, this is what I do full time, and I noticed it. I just feel like everything he says is he's trying to have like a caption worthy Instagram quote, or some kind of Dr. Seuss. It's just really weird, like Buddha, philosopher quote. So Andy Ruiz has arrived in Saudi, you see, and he says, quote, I made history in New York, and I'll make history again in Saudi Arabia. I like Andy Ruiz's demeanor. He doesn't, obviously the fight hasn't happened, but so far he doesn't seem like the moment is too big for him. We have to see how the nerves and things come into play during the fight. This is Joshua. So I think he got there a couple days before Ruiz. Ruiz just got there. Joshua touched down 2 days ago. The stadium is built. It looks pretty massive. So they did a pretty good job. This is the stadium, in Saudi Arabia. I mean, they built that pretty quick towards the end. It's crazy. I don't know I guess they're going to take it down after. I mean, I don't know what the game plan is, but it looks legit. They got a lot of, hey, the UAE got some bread. They got a lot of money out there. Speaking of 10 days, the fight's in 10 days. One thing I will say is I don't think the fight has been promoted well. I think Saudi Arabia, it's cool for the money aspect, for the money grab, especially in case Joshua loses. At least they maximize the amount of money, or got a type of money that maybe wouldn't be eligible. Well, I don't think it would be eligible even in the States, because with the DAZN platform, they're not trying to go on pay-per-view. So they would have just been reliant, I guess, on DAZN subscriptions and data like that. But I think with 10 days to go, it hasn't really been promoted well. Like, I don't feel like it's buzzing and that kind of thing. I know Sylvester Stallone, let me tell you something you already know, kid. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbow. Stallone did his little Balboa promotions, and it looked dope. I was covering the Wilder fight and traveling in Vegas and stuff like that. So I didn't actually watch it, but it's available on YouTube in case you guys want to watch it. And I have to check it out still. But I just feel overall the fight would have been bigger if it was in Mexico, or if it was in the United States. More people would be, mentioning it and talking about it right now. But it is what it is. This is where they've selected. I'm curious. You know, I'm picking Andy Ruiz, but I'm curious to see how it plays out. Here's Andy Ruiz's Instagram story. Yeah, this is meal or something.
Yeah, first day of training here in Saudi Arabia.
See, just so you guys see, he's still training. So he's there. He's looking pretty fierce. Joshua, I think stylistically he's gonna have some issues. He's gonna have issues. Oh, he just hooked his man. But anyway, he's gonna have issues. I think Canelo's supposed to be going out there for the fight. You know, it's gonna be a historic night if Joshua loses again and Andy Ruiz, because I mean at that point there's nothing you can say. He's proven it's not a fluke. You know, I'm really worried about Joshua, and I got a video coming, so make sure you guys check it on the channel. I'll save it for that video, and you know it is what it is. But Andy Ruiz, he looks ready. He looks calm. I just like what he's saying more or less than what I'm hearing from Joshua. You know, Joshua, he's stayed quiet. Then he's said some weird thing. Like, to me, it's just, I don't know. It's hard to describe without, you know, picking apart every single quote that he's said. But, you know, he's like, oh, I'm supposed to be here. And, you know, I lost and I was depressed for 3 weeks. And I got online on Google. I got on Google to see how it would become a champion again. That's just weird. Like, why would you tell people that you went to Google to research basically how to rise from the ashes and motivational bounce back from the heavens type of things? To me, that's weird, especially for a heavyweight. You're 6'6", you know, you're big. And I feel like that's more of a sidebar conversation, if anything, for your team, your close comrades, people like that. I wouldn't say to Sky Sports TV, because I feel like, just like football, boxing is a game of inches and seconds and, you know, micro adjustments. So if you give too much, if you show too much of bear too much of your soul, and you show any type of weakness or chinks in your armor, then you potentially become food for that next man, especially in the heavyweight division. One punch can definitely change everything. So you don't want to give anyone any type of leverage, any type of leeway to potentially beating you. And I feel like Ruiz is already coming into this fight confident because he beat you and it wasn't even competitive. So I don't think he's going to be foolish and so confident where he is reckless or disrespectful of Joshua. He is 6'6" and, you know, good fighter, gold medalist, and he's going to be hungry. This is a crossroads fight for him. So I don't think Ruiz is going in it expecting it to be easy. But at the end of the day, I just feel like Joshua's demeanor, he seems mentally fragile to me, you know. And I don't understand again, this is not my training camp or anything. I'm just giving you my opinion. He's sparring with Andrew Tabiti. You see the size differential. Andrew Tabiti's fast as hell. Ruiz has fast hands, but I think Tabiti's more just all around fast, feet, hands, and stuff like that. And therefore, Tabiti, I don't know what type of look they're trying to get, but I really feel that Tabiti he fights nothing like Andy Ruiz. So if you're just trying to get a fast guy, that's just, to me, that's weird. And it seems like his team doesn't know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not Joey DeVecco again? He has some cool hand speed, and he's built like Ruiz, and he's actually a heavyweight. You're fighting a cruiserweight that was, you know, unfortunately knocked out in his last fight with a different type of speed altogether. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, he has a different type of style for the speed. So to me, that's a bit weird, and I wonder why this was actual decision. But here's an example of the things DAZN, you know, was kind enough to make this graphic from a quote from Joshua on his Sky Sports interview. He says, "I'm gonna whoop him, show him how great I am. They think he's that great. So when I beat him, I want everyone to bow to my feet. Tell me how great I am. I'm apparently fighting the best in the division. Once I beat him, I want everyone to bow to me." This single quote will come back to haunt Joshua. If he does not win, and if he does not win impressively, this will come back to haunt Joshua. It's like, he sounds like insane. You're telling, like you're some imperial king or something. Like, off with his head. I want you to grovel at your feet and bow to me. Kneel before me. Like I don't know. Like he's Genghis Khan or something. Like he's this great dictator, or he's Ming Dynasty, or I don't know who he thinks he is. Like running some kind of empire. Some royal dynasty or something. It's really weird. That, to me, that's showing that a mental fragility, where he's just like kind of mentally broken and mentally fragile, because this sounds like so over the top. They're saying he's great, so when I beat him, bow to me, bow before me. It sounds like something Skeletor would tell He-Man or something. Shown up from The Last Dragon. It's going to be interesting. We'll see how it all plays out. Joshua is in Saudi Arabia. Andy Ruiz is in Saudi Arabia. If you love what I am doing and bringing to the game of boxing, do me a huge favor. Smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. I got a lot of content. We got to close the year strong. It's about to go down December 7th. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego, signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.